Alright, so we have finished lecture 1, if you like, which really was the introduction up here, where we talked about importing information. So now, here's the thing, we have finished importing the information. The next lecture we're going to be focusing on is lecture 2, and we're going to start talking about Microsoft Excel. So we've gotten our information into Microsoft Excel. So Microsoft Excel, we're going to be looking at a few things. Hopefully by the end, well, not hopefully, you will, by the end of this series of lectures. I'll try and break them up so they're not too long, so you can always come back to them. You'll be able to use Excel to perform the following tasks. You'll be able to add in Excel, subtract, multiply, divide, find averages, and carry out some simple formatting techniques in this first series of lectures on Excel. And what is Excel? So Excel is simply a program that allows you to play with numbers, if you like, in data, really. And it has built-in functions that allow you to add, subtract, multiply, analyze, create graphs. You've probably seen bits of this or all of this, you know, in school or at college, or I don't know, some previous course. So Excel allows you to just really, you know, do a lot of things, especially if you're presenting information. So we're going to be looking at a series of tasks. I think we have about 10, but they're pretty brief and pretty simple. So yeah, so let's go back to that and let's start looking at the first exercise. Okay, so what I want you to do, what I need you to do is not to just watch this. What I want you to do is to always stop this, practice on your own. I will send this file out for you to actually work with. So, you know, when you finish watching this, or whenever you watch a bit, I advise that you do it yourself to make sure you understand what's going on. Or you could do it as I go along. You could divide your screen into two. You can do it as we go along. All right, so this is Excel, you know, and you know, how do you get there? It is Office Excel. You know, you can, you know, click on it, double click, and it should open. Most Microsoft programs would have it, but I already have populated one for our class, and we have some information here. So the first thing we're going to be looking at, oops, I don't know, this is not the one I want. No, save. This is the one I'm interested in. So the first thing I'm going to start looking at is addition, and I'm sure you know what I mean by addition. And so I'm going to go back to home. Yes, and the first task is add the following figures and put them in A14. And Excel is made up, if you like, of cells, and you know every cell has an address. So this is A14. A14 is made up of rows and columns. Yes, so that's a column and that's a row. Yes, and we can, you know, populate information in these. Okay, so here we are. Add the following figures and put them in A14. So this is A14 over here, and I want to add all these figures together. So there's a range of ways I could do this. I mean, I could just literally on my mouse left click here, left click, left click, and oops, left click and hold that left click down, don't let it go, get here, and just simply come over here and press AutoSum, and it will do it for me. Yeah, so you can rewind and see how I did that. Left click, hold it down. Oops, let me get rid of that, and just go to delete whenever you want to delete something. So left click your mouse, hold it down, come all the way, end up in A14, and click AutoSum. Yeah, that's one way to do it. Now, another way to do it, because as I told you, Excel is made up of functions, right? So I'm in here, and what you can do is go onto your keyboard, and look for the equal sign. The equal sign is just underneath, probably F10. Just look for the equal sign and press equals. Yes, and after you press the equal sign, you can literally then just go into each cell, and then just add. Yes, and just, you know, you probably need to press the arrow key to get your add button, but just click and add all of them together, you know, and that's all we are literally doing. Yes, and that, if you like, is addition, and you need to be comfortable with adding. And that presses enter as well, right? And this is just a bit of formatting that this exam requires you to do. You always need to be able to format. So here we are. I've asked you to make the box look like this, and with formatting we go over here. Yes, you have a little sort of a choice of borders, arrange. You can play with these. Yes, I've asked for that. And I've also asked you to make it bold. Yes, and that's B for bold. Yes, I'll just click on there and click on bold. Yeah, and that's the beginning really. So that's addition. Yes, and let's do some more additioning. Let's go on to the second one. Yes. So here we have exercise 2. It says below are the high school scores for some students. Find their total score. Find the total score for both subjects for each student. So here we are. We have Jamal. He had 15 maths and 35 in English. Here we have a total. You could do what I mentioned earlier on. Highlight, press your left key on your mouse, scroll across and press AutoSum. You could, or you could do what I said earlier on, put the equal sign in there, yes, and click on the cells you're interested in, plus 35, and then all you have to do here now, you don't have to do it manually again because that's the beauty of Excel. It stores the formula, and you can see what I'm doing. I'm hovering. Just hover your mouse around this, and once this cross comes up, hold the left key on your mouse. Hold that and just hold it tight and drag it down, and you'll see it calculate all the other totals for you. Yeah? So practice that a few times. Make sure you're comfortable. And again, I say with this paper, they're very keen on formatting. So here we are. I'm just going to do some more formatting. If I want to bring everything into the center, if I want to make all of this bold, yes, you know, just a range of things you could do. You could underline this, you know, but to make sure you're comfortable, you know, with a range of ways to format, just to make your work presentable. Make this bold as well if you wish. Yes. So go through this, go through these exercises. Let me see. I intend to make these short and not too long. So what we'll do is we will yes, we will do the next 2 tasks in the next lecture. So if you want to take a break or something. Okay, great stuff. See you in the next lecture.